Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. Let's get straight down to it, shall we? So the big news coming out the last couple of days is obviously Frampton herring is off, been postponed, hopefully touch wood for March 27th, so only 4-week delay. But there's big rumours coming out. Dan Raphael, the big news reporter, boxing reporter in the States, has said, listen, I knew months ago this fight wasn't going to happen, and he predicted there'd be a kind of reason why it wouldn't happen. He says Herring hasn't even bought his plane ticket over to London. He says there's big issues with TV rights payment. I think there's something going on between, obviously, Aram and Warren over Frampton's pay. So he says, there's a lot of finalised financial deals still going on, basically, and obviously everything with COVID, they're wrangling over TV rights payment. Are they going to pay the fighters and the correct amount? So he's saying it's more financial reasons and the fact they haven't secured a financial deal or how they're going to pay the fighters. That's what I think Dan Raphael is alluding to. The official reason is Frampton's hurt his hand. Now, if you've hurt your hand, that's normally a 3-month job, isn't it? Normally, you fracture your hand, you break a bone in the hand, and then you're looking at 3 months to 6 months out there. So I find it remarkable that he's only a month out. So it's obviously a sprain or something like that, sprained wrist. But it's a little bit, what we say, suspect, just for the nature of the injury, only being a month out. So maybe Raphael's got some credence to his points here. But the fact that it's still on might prove that maybe he's not entirely right. But whatever the reasons, it's March 27th now, and it's the Copper Box. Now, I did a prediction about this way back, probably about 3-4 months ago. And I don't know if I'm like the bridesmaid walking down the aisle changing my mind, but the more I see this, the more I see Herring being a real problem for Frampton. I've watched a few of Herring's fights, again, just going over it, and he's difficult. He's really awkward. He's slick. He's long. He's an awkward southpaw. He's got a lovely hook and punch to the body. And he's good at punching as he's taking a step back, which a lot of fighters aren't very good at. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. So he jabs to the body a lot, and then he'll come up round with that to the head. Very much dominant with the left hand, like I said, southpaw, but he can hook with his right. But he's very quick, very good, very slippery, very awkward, very long. Likes to keep the fight at range. And likes to punish you, likes to beat you up. He's not a devastating puncher, though. That's one thing he's not. But anyone who comes forward, he's going to cause a lot of problems to, because he's slippery. Like I say, he's difficult to hit, and then he steps back and he cracks you. He cracks you with that long lever of him, especially to the body, like I say. And he just slowly banks that punch up and he breaks you down. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be beaten. I saw him beat, almost school Lamont Roach, who at that point was unbeaten. And he just basically beat him up systematically. And that was a very impressive performance. And that was just over a year ago. So Lamont, was a dangerous fighter. But like I say, Herring he's 35, but he's not washed up. He's not battle worn. He's only fought, I think his record's like 22-2, 24 times. He's quite a fresh 35-year-old. And I don't see any decline going on with him right now. So he's going to be awkward. He's going to be long, and he could just slowly but surely beat Frampton up. He's a smaller man who needs to get inside, and every time he gets inside, he might just take a step back and counter Frampton. With his southpaw stance. So this could be a nasty fight for Frampton. But the one thing I do feel Frampton can do is catch Herring with the right hook. That's one thing I saw Roach do occasionally, is when he timed it right, when Herring's leaning back after throwing his own left to the body, if you throw the right, if you time it, you can cause him problems. A lot of times, he avoids that, but there's a few hair-raising moments where you thought, Christ, watching that, Lamont fight, the Roach for Lamont Roach fight, it's like, Christ, Roach nearly just knocked him out there if he'd have just timed it a little bit better. So, I can see how Frampton wins this. I think if Frampton wins this, he's going to win by knockout. I think that's one way he's going to do it. I think, like we say, catch him with the right. But, like I say, it's no foregone conclusion, and I think Herring is going to cause him all kinds of problems early on. But you have to wonder how much Frampton's got left as well. He's a younger man. I think obviously he's younger by 2 years. He's 33, Frampton. He's fought a few more times. He's like 28 and 2. So I still think Frampton's, competitive. I still think he's world class. I don't think he's a faded force. I don't think he's the fighter that beat Santa Cruz under the McGuigans. But obviously, he's with Jamie Moore. He's got his team. He's got his settled team for a couple of years now. It's a fight he can win, especially at the Copper Box Arena in the UK, London. That favours Frampton for sure. But the fact there's going to be no crowd takes a little bit of that advantage away. Frampton, like Warrington, is used to passionate, vehement crowd behind him. When he hasn't got that, how's he going to react? I know he's fought once last year with no crowd, so he's kind of gotten used to it. But at this level, it's an interesting fight. I think if my heart was to rule my head, you'd say Frampton, but I'm going to go with my head. I think Herring is going to outpoint and outbox Frampton. I hope I'm wrong. Of course, I want Frampton to win. I think if Frampton is going to win, he's going to do it by knockout. I don't think he's going to outpoint a slickster like Herring. And I just think the reach, the size advantage of Herring, the speed, the agility, is going to wear on Frampton. I'm not sure what Frampton can get to Herring. If he does, he's going to hurt him, because Frampton can bang, but again, going up a weight, he's fighting a bigger man. Herring's likely to take that power better than a featherweight. So I think this is a 60-40 Herring fight. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I just see the skills that Herring possesses causing Frampton a lot of problems with his reach and his speed. Interested to know what you guys think. I'm going for a unanimous points win for Herring, and I hate to say it, I think Frampton's going to retire. If he loses his fight, there's no question, I think he retires. So I want Frampton to win. I'm a big Frampton fan, but I can't see it if I had to put money on it. But anyway, a month away. Let's hope Frampton's hand gets better. I'm sure it's just a sprain. He needs to rest. And you wonder how much that's going to take out of him. Especially, I don't know. If it's his right hand, you wonder, will that take any power away from him? So at the moment, it's definitely advantage Herring. Let's hope he makes a speedy recover, and it's game on March 27th. I just can't see Frampton winning this one.